Secretary Clinton, do you feel that she's co-opting some of your positions on the trade?
I wouldn't use the word co-opt. I would say that on a number of issues that I have been strongly involved in for many, many years, in recent months, Secretary Clinton has come on board those positions. I have been opposed, I don't know what you guys think about it, I have been opposed to our trade policies from the first day that I was elected to Congress back in 1991. Voted against NAFTA, CAFTA, PNTR with China. And I think the results of those trade policies were to allow companies to shut down in America, move to China, pay people low wages and bring their products back into America. And the working class of this country has suffered very significantly, in my view, with the loss of millions of jobs. TPP is a continuation of those policies. So for me, this was kind of a no-brainer. And I was, at the very beginning, in opposition for a lot of reasons, but I was. That last month, or whenever it was, Secretary Clinton decided to finally come out against it. That's good. Do I think I had something to do with that? Perhaps. I believe, and again, I don't know where you guys are coming from on this, that climate change is a huge threat to this planet. I believe it is real. The scientific community is virtually unanimous, understanding that it is caused by carbon emissions and human activity, and we're already seeing devastating problems around the world. So to me, when I looked at the Keystone Pipeline, it was not possible for me to support a project which increased the excavation and the transportation of some of the dirtiest fuel in this country. We've got to move in exactly the opposite direction. I was opposed to the Keystone Pipeline from day one. I'm glad that a few months ago, Secretary Clinton came on board that. A couple of months ago, I announced that I thought it was a bad idea for corporations to be running prisons in this country. I'm glad that Secretary Clinton recently came on board that idea as well. The ideas that she has not come on board are what I just discussed with you on Social Security. I believe that we should lift the cap and extend and expand Social Security benefits. I believe that we should do away with corporate tax loopholes in a way much more, I think, significantly than Secretary Clinton. I believe that on Wall Street, we should break up large financial institutions. A lot of people don't know this, but 3 out of the 4 largest banks in America are much larger today than they were when we bailed them out because they were too big to fail. The 6 largest banks issue 2/3 of the credit cards in America and about 35% of the mortgages. What do you think Teddy Roosevelt would do if he were here today?
Oh, Teddy was a progressive trust buster. He went right off the Republican reservation on those issues.
Right. He was a trust buster.
Which is how the leader of the union leader got started.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I'll tell you on the way out. I don't want to bore these guys.
All right, but anyhow, my view, which is not Hillary Clinton's view, is that we should reestablish Glass-Steagall and we should break up the large financial institutions for a more competitive economy. But bottom line is the major difference I have with Hillary Clinton is I am not an establishment politician. I believe we need a political revolution. I need the American people who've got to stand up to a billionaire class, which today has tremendous influence over our economy and our political system.
I have a quick follow-up to that on Glass-Steagall. You and Senator Warren recently introduced a bill to bring back the portions of Glass-Steagall that were repealed in 1999. President Obama and Senator Warren have each said that it probably wouldn't have stopped the crisis. Bear Stearns, Lehman Brothers, Merrill Lynch, AIG, Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, none of them would have been covered by the Glass-Steagall provisions, so what's the point?
No, I don't agree with that. And I'm not sure what Elizabeth Warren said. Doesn't sound like what I've heard her say. I believe if the essential question is, was the totality of financial deregulation, including the elimination, doing away with Glass-Steagall, did that contribute to the financial collapse of 2007, 2008? In my view, absolutely and positively. That's my view. And that is why I want to break up these large financial institutions. They're too big to fail. They're too big to exist. That's my view. All right?
Okay, Senator.
Thanks, Senator.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very
that
much.
wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. You're not as horrible as people say.
That's the headline.
Thanks for coming here.
Thank you. Good. Nice to see you.